DeepSeek V3.2 is making waves in AI with a leap in agentic capabilities driven by a pivotal mechanism called interleaved thinking. Interleaved thinking alternates between thinking and tool use, preserving reasoning at every turn to enable long-horizon planning. State drift is the phenomenon where a model seems to drift away from initial constraints during long conversations, not because of stupidity, but because of the interaction flow. To counter this, top labs adopted explicit reasoning traces kept across turns, allowing a model to remember its own chain of thought. MiniMax's M2 and other major models began to encode reasoning in tags like reasoning details or similar tokens to preserve the thinking state. This approach turns the agent into a thinking entity that can reason, act, observe, and then reason again in a closed loop. In practical tasks, this mechanism acts as a filter, cleaning information and calibrating logic before each next step. The result is a robust planning chain that remains stable across dozens of steps, even in noisy web environments. DeepSeek's thinking and tool use concept aligns with MiniMax's interleaved thinking, illustrating a convergent design philosophy. The core idea is to keep the thinking chain flowing until a new user message resets it, preserving continuity across tools. In industry benchmarks, interleaved thinking yields noticeable gains, especially on complex tasks like web browsing and multi-step reasoning. For browse comp tasks, performance improvements reached about 40%, a dramatic leap over baseline. This larger gain is tied to the model's ability to suppress environmental noise and stay on task. Experts explain that the improvement comes from breaking a long chain into robust atomic thinking loops. Each tool call is preceded by a reasoning detail paragraph, guiding both the user and the model itself. MiniMax and partners have pushed to standardize how reasoning data is exchanged across IDEs and cloud platforms. Klein and Kilo code are cited as concrete examples where the thinking traces kept in history improve performance. OpenRouter and Alima collaborations further propel API protocol upgrades for reasoned outputs. This culminates in broader industry recognition as major players acknowledge the shift toward explicit, persistent thinking. DeepSeek V3.2 and K2 Thinking have embraced this path, boosting agentic capabilities across tasks. Despite naming differences in fields like reasoning details or thinking content, the philosophy remains the same. OpenAI research echoes this trend, suggesting performance scales with test time compute just as with model size. From a simple assistant to an autonomous thinker, AI is evolving to resist disturbances and persist in long missions. The outcome is a new standard for robust, long-horizon planning in real-world settings. This is why the industry increasingly treats thinking as a first-class artifact within AI systems. In practice, developers are urged to retain reasoning traces across tool invocations to prevent memory loss. The combined effect is a more reliable AI that can manage complex workflows like travel planning without forgetting constraints. As the field matures, expect standards for reasoning content to propagate across platforms and languages. The community themes of tool use thinking and persistent reasoning form a coherent blueprint for future AI agents. In short, the industry is converging on a shared philosophy: keep thinking, keep acting, and keep learning from results. The footage also highlights practical demos and benchmarks to illustrate the gains across different tasks. In summary, interleaved thinking is not merely a technique, but a foundational shift for AI agents in the real world. Now, we explore what this means for developers building next-generation AI assistants and agents. The takeaway is clear. Design for persistent reasoning, nurture a robust tool use loop, and embrace standardized thinking outputs. For audiences, the message is simple. Expect smarter agents that can plan, adapt, and execute over long periods. The video now moves to a visual recap, of the journey from state drift to interleaved thinking and beyond. We end with a forward-looking note. The field is racing toward explicit persistent thought as a standard capability. If you want to see the edges of this revolution, watch how tools and reasoning become inseparable in real projects. This concludes our overview of DeepSeek V3.2, Interleaved Thinking, and the path toward resilient long-horizon AI planning. Thank you for watching this explainer on the evolution of intelligent agents and their capability to think with tools. To help you digest the content, here are the key takeaways summarized in a few crisp lines. First, thinking should be explicit and persistent across tool calls. Second, maintain a continuous reasoning trace to survive long, noisy interactions. Third, standardize how reasoning content is represented across platforms for interoperability. Fourth, evaluate agents on real-world robustness, not just raw size. Fifth, design for long-horizon tasks like travel planning, where constraints must be honored.